Yeah, well, I'm happy to help out.
Yeah.
I mean, it just looks like God really on that map just had every time he went in for sort of an all-out attack to try and give himself a better spawn, he just didn't deal the amount of damage he needed to before he went down. And when we saw Cypher do the same thing, Cypher just sort of either killed him or put him down to sort of 20, 30. So Cypher's just aim was much better on Furious Heights, I have to say,
Yeah.
in those situations.
Okay, next map will be Arrow Walk.
Yeah, I've got to say, this could go either way. If God's railgun is on, which we've seen it on against Noctis, I think maybe God could put up a good fight here on Arrowwalk. But at the same time, maybe not, so we'll see. As we kick things off here, third map here in the ZOTAC Grand Final, Cypher versus God. Watching Cypher at the moment, he tries to find that rail onto God after picking up that red armor. He will manage to do so effectively. There's another one with a rocket launcher as well, so he'll know that God has no armor now. That red armor stripped, and that rocket will finish off the frag as well. He can look for this spawn frag. There's a bit of time before this spawn as well of red armor, which he'll want to get because he has no armor. Sometimes on Arrow Walk you see the players just leave red armor up when they are stacked because they know that the player isn't going to be able to get it, and you don't need to pick it up just yet. So if I had to get that one with zero armor, maybe we'll see it different later on. Now it's about defending this Mega Elf. He'll know that God has a yellow. And a one rocket could put him in awkward position. The second one as well. The railgun just missing. That would have actually put Cypher down to, I believe, 8 HP. So we're so unfortunate there. 89 still above that railable angle. 10 HP for God though. That's going to be the frag there. 3-0 now. There's a Cypher will pick up that red armor. We know that Mega Health time is coming up soon as well. We know exactly when God picked that up, so he probably looked to deal some damage there as well. There's the frag! Fantastic. 4-0. We've got Mega and Red Armor coming up at the same time. The problem is, God isn't really going to be able to do anything. If Cypher's actually smart here, he wouldn't pick up the frag. He could instead make God push it back away for some HP, allow him to get both, but instead he will find the frag. And as he was in that position by Red, God actually got the spawn toward the grenade launcher side of the map, which means that Cypher was able to push down toward that Mega Elf and will also be able to give himself that red armor. Instead, it seems he wants a railgun first, which is ballsy, considering taking one would have put him down to 20 HP, but has now found that frag. 6-0. 7-0 now after spawn as he looks for another spawn frag. Rocky, oh, that is unlucky. Wow. Furthest percentage of spawns, I'm not sure what the value is now, but that seemed like the closest percentage. Guy's got to be a bit frustrated with that one. So this is 8-0. Cypher will pick up that Mega Health. He only has well, he doesn't have any armor, so had God able to connect with anything at distance there, Cypher would have been in an awkward position, but he wasn't. 100-100 now. God steal away that yellow armor, but again doesn't mean too much because Cypher's tanked. This is just dominating again from Cypher. Really just had the best opening on the map, hitting that first railgun, and then the second one up by that rocket launch has just sort of launched him in this matchup. But God did manage to steal that red armor. That could help him a lot. A small mistake there from Cypher, but no, I don't know. Cypher just allowing God to drop into him. I'm not sure what God was doing. 11-0 now. Yellow armor's up. Cypher's going to deal damage, but actually this is really good for God. If God doesn't challenge that LG of Cypher, it just seems like occasionally God can be a little bit over-aggressive, hoping that Cypher misses, and Cypher just really isn't missing. I mean, look at the damage he's taking here, but that's a good amount of MG damage, probably pushing Cypher away from this red armor. So it is working in favor, but I just can't help but feel the amount he's losing from just pushing in aggressively when times he perhaps don't. He's now paying the price for, as we see Cypher now picking up a rail frag, 12-1. Cypher's sort of aggression usually comes at the cost of losing no HP. Whereas, here we go again, dodged all those grenade launches. A bit lucky, but nonetheless, you can see my point. 13-1. God will get that railgun. Knows that the red armor's spawning, but there's not much he can do without taking damage. So we can see there that 25 HP will put him above that railable percentage at 80. He's safe for now. 25 is going to help, but he needs to get some armor. And right now, Cypher has times on everything on the map. He won't be able to get this Mega Health. There's no way he can get to green armor because Cypher's there. Red armor is not a possibility because Cypher can just leave that one up. And, God's not going to be able to get it, especially with 5 HP now. And the yellow armor as well is going to be his. So, I mean, look at this. I think Cypher will probably just jump over toward that yellow armor and deny it from guards as well. So, really, Cypher's just cornered guard away from this entire map so far. I mean, cheeky rails like this doesn't help guard whatsoever. Got the red armor again that, you know, Cypher will go up to pick up, only having 39. That will help. Like I say, above sort of 90, 100 armor, you'll see the players leave it up. But when you're sort of in that danger zone where one railgun would strip away that armor and then a rocket could finish you off, you don't want to leave it up for anything. Pick up that spawn frag, as that's some good damage from Cypher. He's just going to try and hit anything he can to save himself that mega. 15 to 1. And armor will go for guard here. That's a nice pickup because actually Cypher doesn't have any armor whatsoever. If guard 225s are up for guard, it would have been okay, but I'm not entirely sure they were. Going to have a look as we see off the spawn. Yeah, the 225s were up. Not entirely sure why guard didn't opt to back away. So 17 to 1. I think already we're sort of borderline map over at this point. 18 to 1 now. Good railgun. Again off the spawn. What is he hitting on this map? 52. Again above that 50%. 58 on last map at the end. 50 here at the moment on Arrow Walk. That's a good frag from guard, but he will flop that jump to red armor. This could not help him whatsoever. Oh, the rocket just missing him. That could have gone so wrong. But we'll stick on guard for a little bit. And see what his plans are to start making the 16 frag comeback. At least more respectable. Because this would put it 2 to 1 here in the grand final. That would be match point going into next map. There's really not hitting the railguns he needs to hit. He's on 12%. This is what I said before. If guard is able to hit his railguns, like we saw him do against Noctis, perhaps he would have been able to deal a lot of damage to Cypher on this map, but 11% compared to Cypher's 50, really not helping whatsoever. It just means after every kill that guard manages to make, which is 2 at the moment, he can't really connect with the spawn rails guns, which doesn't help. And when he's playing out of control and trying to hit the rails across the map, he's just not able to. So he's not able to strip